Hello, everyone, and this is gonna be interesting. It's kind of like a vlog, not really. Um, I don't know. This pissed me off a lot. This is about the Walking Dead video game. I should have mentioned that I actually played it the first season 2 years ago when it came out, something like that. And yeah, and this has really been pissing me off because of the season 2 ending. What the hell, guys? Oh my fucking god. It's like you have the best characters, just fuck shit. Hang on a second, okay? So let's see. The Walking Dead is an awesome game. It's by Telltale. Everyone knows about it by now. It's really good. The story's good. The writing's good. Blah blah blah. The characters are awesome. But I wanted to. Okay, let's talk about season 2. I don't care about season 1 right now, even though there was a flashback in the final episode, which was pretty damn cool, where you're playing as Clementine and you're talking to Lee. It's you had this conversation before, but instead you were on Lee's side, and whatever he says is the exact same thing. The options you chose when you were playing in season 1 on the RV. So basically, let's okay. I'm gonna talk about season 2, the characters and things that really just pissed me off. Okay, so basically, in the final few episodes. Okay, we're gonna talk about every character in detail, going from the people who died first to the people who died last. Okay, well. Strangely enough, not many people. There's only 2 people that die in episode 5, which is pretty strange considering that episode 5 usually everyone dies, right? Anyway, so the characters. Let's start with somebody that's like these. Like you have to talk about relevant characters, like. I don't know. What did I think of? Like, what did I think of Omid's death, for example? I thought that was pretty shit. Honestly, I didn't even think they would meet up after season 1. I thought that, but I guess it was kind of obvious. I mean, who else would those 2 silhouettes be? So yeah, whatever. But I think Omid, it did suck that he died, but it was so like, I don't know, they killed him off, but it wasn't the biggest deal in the world because the new batch of characters they're pretty damn interesting characters, but yeah. And then Krista gets lost. Obviously, you know about that. And oh yeah, if you haven't played episode 5 yet, you would know that she's still not found. Even like there's a part Wellington actually exists. So basically, you get to Wellington if you decide to go with Kenny. I'll tell you about that later. And Wellington exists, but there's no Krista there. So Krista's either probably dead, right? Probably dead. And it really doesn't matter on your decision. She's probably dead anyway. But okay. Then there are the characters that die earliest. I need to think back for a second. I'm thinking about the characters that I found relevant. Let's see. We're going to talk about the shittiest character, which is obviously is her name Sarah, the dumb, stupid, ignorant child, whatever. Basically, she's useless. I don't like her. I killed her off at the earliest point you could. There were 2 points you could kill her off. The first one was the trailer park, and the second option was when the floor collapses in the siege. When you're in the memorial. So yeah, I'm glad she's dead. That was awesome. She had to die. I mean, the rest of the family, really? Was it? Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. She basically, she dies. That's awesome. She's a waste of resources and everything. Okay. I should say that I was kind of surprised that the baby survived in the final episode. That's pretty cool, I guess. And I like the name AJ. That's cool as well. And I'm also surprised that survived till the very end. Like they took him on forever and ever and ever because I guess they understood the importance of like this character. But I feel like it's not going to be relevant because it would take like another 10 years for this child or whatever to develop some sense of zombie survival, or maybe 9, 8 years minimum. Um, okay, yeah, I was actually really not. I wasn't. Okay, let's see. I think the first major character to die like is what's his name, Carlos. That sucked that he died and it happened like so like it just went wah and he's dead. And then Sarita gets like bitten, and you have the choice of either killing the zombie or chopping her arm off. Either way, she dies. Kenny's angry at you, and yeah. But yeah, Kenny's all right, except his mental state obviously gets worse as it progresses, especially after a specific character dies in the final episode. You probably know who that is, but okay. A character I really do like is Jane. She's one of the characters that can survive till the end, and she's awesome because she's like Molly except slightly different, and but she's like the survivalist type. Like she's like this like survival of the fittest, and she's the one that survives everything. She's been through like I don't know. She's been through like so many shit ton of groups. So yeah, she knows how to survive. She will probably never die unless something super drastic happens. But she's the one that lives all the time, and she's like the one that like is. She's basically at the end where she says like, "Don't go with the group." There's okay at the end of the game. There's like three people, like a family of three who because at the end of the game, if you go with Jane instead of Kenny, which means one of them dies, um, you basically you go with Jane and you go back to the hose. Is it Howie's Hardware, I think. And yeah, you figure out we don't actually know. We think that they survived because there's no zombies there, and there's no bodies inside the facility. So what I'm guessing is that the survivors there did survive and probably left after that. Yeah, you go back there and you meet the three survivors that somehow cross paths with you, and you can invite them in or not. And Jane advises against that. I chose to invite them because it was probably a bad idea. We don't even know. Probably for like season 3 or something, you don't play as Clementine, you play somebody else. Well, and yeah. What else? I think it sucked. It really sucked that Nick died. Nick was an awesome character. A lot of people would agree that Nick was really cool. But he died because what happened? Well, he's a determinant character, right? He was gonna die anyway. You can't have like the story branch off like too much. It would be hard for the writers to like incorporate that with the people who decided that Nick died. Like for the people that had Nick die earlier. But yeah, Nick dies on the fence. It sucks. It's brief. And yeah, because he was a really cool character. He was a really promising character. He might have been kind of like a dick at the beginning, but he ended up being like a really cool character by the time he dies, basically. He's like not the decision maker. He's like the follower, but he's like sort of like I don't know. There's some courage with him, like that goes with him. He seems like a really capable survivor, but yeah, he dies. It's a shame. Yep. What else? Luke. There we go. Okay, Luke is awesome. He dies, which really sucks. Honestly, that was like the shittiest part of the final episode. No, it wasn't. It was the second shittiest part. But you know how we know he was gonna die? If you know anything, okay. Actually, before I speak about that, basically, the day before he dies, it's his birthday, and if you know anything about like culture or whatever, and you ask him what like how old are you now, and he says 27. If you know the significance of the number 27, basically, if you look up the 27 Club, you'll figure out that a lot of like famous people died at the age of 27, such as Kurt Cobain, and I think Jim Morrison died at 27 as well. But yeah, basically that's what it is. He turns 27. Obviously, he's gonna die. Some people probably caught the reference. Some people probably didn't. Yeah, he was an awesome character. Even Kenny like shows real like he's like really sad when he dies, even because they were like there was a power struggle between them, right? So even when his opponent dies, he's sad because he's kind of found a new enemy in Jane because she basically takes his place in the power struggle, the very brief power struggle that it is. But up till that, like, by the time Jane is taking his place, Kenny's already like really like shaky. So yeah, that doesn't last long. The power struggle is depending on the choices you made at the end of the game. The final battle is really tense. It's like you're gonna be shaking if you haven't played that yet. You haven't seen it yet, but when you're playing it and you see the two fighting, it's a really good fight scene. But it's like you're like shaking because you don't know who's gonna die. But I'm really glad that they gave you the choice of who is going to die, and you can actually kill both off. But yeah, it's a pretty not big, it's a pretty epic battle at the end. Now you're wondering, okay, we're missing the other people of the group. There's Mike, there's Bonnie, and there's Arvo. Here's the thing. This is the shittiest part of the entire episode. This is what I was talking about. Basically, hang on, I have to. All right, let's cut this. Okay, so basically, the characters, the other characters I haven't mentioned yet. So there's Mike, Bonnie, and Arvo. They betray you. Isn't that funny? That actually really pissed me off. Like I wasn't super angry about it when I started playing it because it was really sudden, and basically as Clementine, you don't have the biggest power over it. I mean, their betrayal is it justifiable? Sure, kind of. But they left behind three characters that they didn't mind. They left behind Jane, who was a capable frickin' survivor. They should have seen that. They left behind Clementine, who was a charismatic and reputable leader. Actually, you know what? No. You know what? I think what happened is there's a conversation with Bonnie and Clementine, and what happens is that Bonnie asks Clementine if, like, what about the group? And you have the option of saying, everyone respects me here. And I think Bonnie mentions says something like, you keep thinking that. And then I don't know what Clementine says. I think she's just like, okay, or something like that. But yeah, that right there shows you that there might be a betrayal, that they've already planned something, because just before then, when they do arrive, I should mention that Luke dies on like a lake. You probably already know that. And basically, Arvo and the company reach their little hideout that they were talking about, which was like a big piece of shit, like an unfinished house. But yeah, basically what happens is Kenny beats up Arvo because Kenny hates Arvo because of earlier, I think. I'm not sure why I think it's just because of the ambush that happened. Yeah. But, okay, so basically they're already planning this out because Mike and Arvo, because Mike is like, he's like a good person towards Arvo. Mike seems like a decent person. He's actually quite a likable character up until he betrays you. But basically, what happens is that Mike and Arvo have a discussion. They're probably talking about betraying you. And this was the stupidest idea because they were betraying everyone. Like, I understand it was because Kenny was like losing his shit, especially after Luke died, because he had feelings for Luke, like even after their rivalry. I already discussed that. So yeah, basically Kenny was like losing his shit even more, and those three just really wanted to get away from that. They didn't want to be a part of. They didn't want to see like when he actually starts attacking the people in the group, which happens at the end of the game. That's why Jane gets killed if you don't do anything about it. And yeah, they betray you. Like, I thought Bonnie was a good character. The conversation she had and the dialogue was really good. She was a likable character. Same with Mike. Mike was really likable. I think everyone really liked Mike because he was a good person. He tried to appeal to everyone. People liked him. People liked his character, and then they just betray you. Why didn't they? Because I think the reason why they didn't bring you along was because they knew that you and Kenny had good, like, lots of history together. So they thought that you would be on Kenny's side. Of course, that's just assumption. So yeah, Arvo shoots you. Even if you turn in your gun to Mike, Mike and Bonnie would have been fine with you coming along, but Arvo is a big piece of shit, so he shoots you. And depending on your actions earlier, depending on how you tried to save Luke, Bonnie will either be nice to you or won't give a shit about you. That's it though. I'm hoping that's all I got to talk about, I guess now. Now I'm just hoping for season 3, and hopefully we're going to be playing as one of these characters. I would actually like to see, like, as much as I hate Mike and Bonnie right now, that would have been really cool if we get to play as them. Hell, even some sort of DLC, please give us something. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for listening to me talking about The Walking Dead and how I feel about it and stuff. So yeah, see you guys later on another video, and that's it. See ya.